Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing, giving you a closer look, and testing out the Laptomo S6 triple screen laptop extender. And I'm really excited for this one. I've actually done a video before for the Laptomo S3, and this is the Laptomo S6. And what I'm really excited about this one is in comparison to the Laptomo S3, this one you can actually swivel around the screens. There's a lot more flexibility and freedom with what you can actually do with the screens. You can pair them up side by side. You can make one giant vertical screen. You can even use each screen individually if you want to use one screen and share the screen with another person. And I'll show you what that means. There's a lot of flexibility with this one, and I'm really excited to give you a closer look and show you all the ways you can use this. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I just want to quickly show you the back of the box just so you can see what you can do with this actual display. You can have it as a standard side by side with your laptop. You can have portrait displays for both. You can have one screen as a portrait, the other one as landscape, but that's really nice. You can even also stack the extender screens on the top of each other to make one giant vertical screen, which is amazing. Really nice. And what I really love about Laptomo is how easy it is to set up. So let's go ahead and show you what's inside. All right, unboxing is really nice. This is actually a pretty heavy box. Here's a closer look at the front of the box. On the side, each screen is 15.6 inches, 1920 by 1080p, which is full HD, 60 hertz. There's the brightness and the contrast settings here, really nice. And then as soon as you open up the packaging, everything is nicely covered. Is the actual carrying case where you put the screens in. A really nice travel carrying case. Has a handle on top where you're able to basically hold this. In the back of this case, you also have a little pouch here where you're able to put some of the cords in. And inside are the actual Laptomo S6. We'll look at that in a second. Inside, you also have a user guide. Here is a quick little instruction manual on how to set up the screens. And this is what I mean. You can also have multiple combinations. You can make one giant screen on the side. You can have one vertical, one portrait, different variations of what you can do. You can have a dual screen front and back horizontal mode, screen front and back vertical mode. Here are all the cables that you need. I have a MacBook Pro, so I typically just use a USB-C to USB-C. That makes it a lot easier for me to basically use. Here, the USB-C to USB-C. This is actual one of the stands that will allow you to basically stand them up. And here's another portion of the stand. So let's go ahead and actually look at the screen itself. So before I set this up with my computer, I want to show you what comes included. Here are the two screens. They are magnetic, so this piece, which is actually the extender piece, is basically where you place your laptop. It extends depending on how big your screen is, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and put that, and this is where you're going to be able to attach the screens. And as you can see on here, it has an R for the right screen and an L indicating for the left screen. Here are the two individual screens. They are very lightweight. No, it's really hard to tell on the actual video, but these are super thin, very lightweight, very minimal. Oh my goodness, I am really shocked at how light these are. The front of the screen, they're really impressive. This is what look like when you take off the screen cover on here. And the same thing goes for the right side. Again, simply gonna slide this in onto the back, and I'll show you what that looks like here. And there you go. So let's go ahead and set up some variations for this. That way you can see how this looks. All right, this is what the screens look like when they are side by side. It looks really nice. Again, these screens are massive, and in the back they are supported by the stand in the center, which is great. Let me show you a closer look at the connections of the back of the screen because you're probably wondering how these turn on. In the back of each screen, you have the USB-C with DP. So basically the Type C's. These are all the connections here, and then you also have a little power button here where you're able to basically turn this on. So I'll show you what that looks like once these are all turned on. I kind of play around with you and show you the different variations of what you can do with these screens. And to show you how easy it is to basically swivel the screen, you just basically twist this. That's already vertical now. And we can twist this side too. And now you have two vertical screens on each side. Really nice. I'm really impressed with how easy this is to basically set up. Here's another really cool feature. You can have both of the screens facing the backs of each other. You just use the base as the center base. Really cool. Now, if you want to use this as one giant single screen, you basically grab the attachments that come included. You place this on the left side, then you attach this portion here to the back, and then that portion will then attach to the top of the left screen like this. And now you have one giant screen that you can also rotate and connect to the right side, and there you have it. You have one big vertical portrait. This is a really cool, really neat feature. I love that they included this. It was super easy to set up. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and actually turn these on and show you the quality of these screens. All right, and here is a closer look at what the screens look like when they are turned on and connected to my MacBook Pro. Setting this up was so easy. Again, you just connect the Type-C and you connect the other portion of the Type-C to the MacBook. As you can see, I disconnected one screen. And now that I have one screen, I only have this display turned on. You are gonna wanna play with the display settings a little bit. You can see I'll open up the display settings and I'll just put this on the left, and it's as simple as that. Now my mouse is going and it's so fast, very intuitive. Now let's go ahead and plug the screen back in onto the side. The power source is used through the actual MacBook, so you don't have to plug these into anything else other than your computer. And there you have it. As you can see, this was already programmed to my right-hand side. This is programmed to my left. The brightness on this is really nice. Let's go ahead and test it out. On this side, I'll put my Excel sheet here, and you can see how bright it is on this side. It is pretty comparable to my MacBook screen. I'm really impressed. And if that doesn't look good, let's go ahead and test out a video to one of my favorite movies. Go ahead and put the video on this side. That way you can see the quality of the video. I'll enter full screen mode, and you can see that the moment I start the trailer, it is playing the audio from my computer. Go ahead and put that down. It was a little loud, but as you can see, the trailer looks amazing. There's a little bit of a glare, but that's only because I have lights in the background on, but it looks amazing. I am really impressed with the quality of the screens. So fast, it's not lagging, which is really nice. And you can see, it just looks incredible. I love this. So whether you have this connected to a computer, or if you have this connected to a video game console like your Nintendo Switch, this is going to be really friendly. And here is what it looks like once I have one of the screens in landscape mode, and the other in portrait mode. It was really easy to configure this. Here's basically a closer look. Navigating one of my favorite websites on here, IGN. Easy to use. I am really impressed with this laptop screen extender and how easy it is to basically switch through the screens and navigate through all three. Really feels very continuous, which I really like. So overall, I am very impressed with this Laptomo S6. So if you are in the market and looking to purchase a laptop screen extender, one that is super easy to set up, has a flexibility of you to be able to arrange your screens, whether they're in landscape mode or in portrait mode, or be able to basically create one giant screen, I would highly consider taking a look at this one by Laptomo.